Anime Last Stand just dropped their Dragon Ball Part 2 update, and if you've been around the channel, you'll know that I'm not the biggest ALS fan. In fact, one could say I'm a bit of an ALS hater. And although I might have had my differences with the game in the past, I just wanted to make it very clear that this is not a hate video. I know that every other video that I've made recently about ALS is just me hating on the game, and with good reason, but I actually think that this update goes a really strong ways in the right direction, right? Usually with ALS, every single time they would update, I would look at it as, you know, one step forward, two steps back. I just never really liked the game too much. And to this day, it's still not really my favorite tower defense game. If you look at my team and you see how outdated it is, really just a statement as to how little I play this game. But that's not what I'm here to talk about. I'm here to talk about the Dragon Ball update, or if you read the title of the video, Anime Last Legs, because oh my goodness, they gave these character models some fat ass legs. I guess in this version of the Dragon Ball universe, instead of going into the time chamber to train, they go to Dr. Miami and just come back with fat asses. I don't know, but damn. I'm putting some pictures up on the screen so you guys can see what I'm talking about. These guys are different for sure. They are different. And I know that I said this wouldn't be a hate video, and this sounds a lot like me making fun of the game, but I honestly think this is just a goofy thing to point out more than it is a bad thing. And all in all, it's really the worst thing that I can say about this update. I've seen other YouTubers' videos, I've read the logs, looked at lots of videos about the update, because God knows I'm not going to play it, but I looked at it, and it seems like they're doing a lot of things right. Because for a very, very long time, I had to do some soul searching. I had to do some self-reflection. I asked myself, why do I hate ALS so much? If me, a tower defense YouTuber who literally gets paid to play these anime tower defense games, what right do I have to hate on an anime tower defense game as big as ALS? And I've realized something that I didn't know before, and that's that I'm judging this game on the wrong metrics. What do I mean by that? Well, if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it'll live its whole life thinking it's stupid. If I judge ALS on its ability for me personally to enjoy it, I'm just gonna hate the game forever. I have to look at this from a different perspective. And for what the game is, it does it very, very well. And what would I describe this game as? I would describe it as a mindless damage simulator. Now, please don't think that I mean that in a bad way when I say that. I know the term mindless seems derogatory, but that's the only word that comes to mind. This game is just the most unfiltered, raw, dumb, fun damage simulator on Roblox. If you look at the unit damages, any damage of any recent unit, it's going to be in the millions, tens of millions. I'm pretty sure the godlies are doing hundreds, in the 100 millions of damage. And I feel like that's part of what makes this game appeal to as many people as it does. In terms of anime tower defense games, the sheer abundance of rewards that you get, not only in this update, but in this game in general, is just really, really free-to-play friendly. I've said this before, lots of other YouTubers have said this before, this is nothing new, but this game is definitely more forgiving to the free-to-play crowd, and that's a great thing. Although the unit models in this update are a little bit less than professional, you know, I say that with a grain of salt. It's not like I'm a modeler, I couldn't do any better. This game uses Roblox catalog to make their models. All of them. Maybe not all of them, but like 99% of them. They don't really have a dedicated modeler making custom rigs and stuff for their game. And the boss recently announced that they are working on future units that will be better. They want the quality to go up. They're going to add SFX. I'm assuming it's not only SFX, guys. I think we should stop making our units off of Roblox catalog here. But when he says that the quality is going up, in my mind, that implies that so will the unit. So will the way that the units look. Because, you know, one very easy thing that I could point out is that they use Beerus's arms on Goku, or vice versa. They literally just use the exact same arms and change the color, which looks funny. And muscles on Roblox don't really translate that well, at least from what I can see in this update, because they tried to give the Dragon Ball units for the new Dragon Ball update, they wanted to make them look super buff and strong and bulky and brawny. That's the word, brawny. They wanted their muscles to be accentuated much like they are in the show, but in their attempts to do that, you know, look at Vegeta over here. This guy looks like he can't sit down properly. What is happening to him? I don't think muscles in the way that they tried to do it really go over on Roblox as well as they hoped it would. But again, I think this is the biggest quote-unquote issue of the update, and I have literally zero complaints. Obviously, you know, anyone can come in here and say, oh, the bundles, look at the pay-to-win bundles, and blah blah blah, like lots of stuff that you can buy with Robux that'll make your gameplay experience a lot easier. And I was one of the people that used to complain a lot about that too. And while I do still believe that this game is just more of a business venture to the boss than it is an actual passion project, so are literally every other TD game on the platform. So who am I to hate on him for just trying to make some money? You know, get the bag. And it's not like those pay to win. Oh, dang it, bro! I was trying to get 100 rerolls. Where was I? It's not like those bundles are required to enjoy the game. Bro, this game is actually edging me. Can you stop, bro? Please, just give me my 100 rerolls. Please. Alright, whatever. As I was saying, I said this earlier in the video, the sheer abundance of rewards in this game not only contributes to their popularity because it feels good to get a metric fuck ton of rewards for doing nothing, but it also helps with the bundle situation, because these bundles, it's really only for the biggest whales of all time. Like, if you really have a lot of disposable income and you can't think of anything better to do with your money than to drop hundreds of dollars on this game, then all power to you, you know, have fun. If you really love this game and you want to spend 25,000 Robux for a bunch of miscellaneous things that you could have gotten within a day of like a night of AFK farming or macroing, then by all means, who am I to judge you? And everyone else that doesn't have the money to do that, like me and many other people, can simply just macro. This game knows its identity, and it knows it very well. It doesn't really try to change anything. It doesn't try to reinvent the wheel, and I can really appreciate the game for what it is. I know for a very long time I was a dedicated ALS hater, and I'd be lying to you if I said that I still didn't dislike this game. But I've come to the realization that it's unfair for me to judge it, especially after this update, when, number one, they're not only trying to improve for the better, at least from what I'm seeing, but I've come to the epiphany that I'm just judging this game on a system that I shouldn't be judging it by. This update was a W update, and who knows, I might even come back to the game, because it genuinely looks fun. I see the cool flashy colors in the new units with the big damage numbers, and it triggers that neuron activation in my monkey brain, and I start thinking, ooh, I need to get on that. I need to hop on. I need to get the new Dragon Ball units. Maybe that's just my brain being rotted from watching tower defense YouTubers all the time, but I don't know. In my personal opinion, this update seems good, and this game seems like it's going in a upwards direction. And this game is also one of the only games that I think is safe from anime adventures. What do I mean by that? Well, this game doesn't really try to capitalize on the fact that anime adventures is gone. Yes, a big reason of why it's as popular as it is right now is because AA is gone. But if we take games like Anime Defenders and Anime Vanguards into example, they have features and they cater to a good chunk of AA players, whether that be with their gameplay design, their mechanics, their like literal in-game features. You get what I'm trying to say. I think those two games might hit a little bit of a dip in player count when AA comes out. ALS, I'm predicting that they're going to have like low players for a couple days, and then all of the ALS players are just going to go back onto this game because it's so much how do I say it? This game is so much more fundamentally different than AA. I firmly believe that it has its own identity as a tower defense game, and that is probably the best thing that you could do as an anime tower defense game, because I've already talked about this in my previous video. Take Anime Realms and Anime Odyssey into account, I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. Those two games are 6 feet under. Anime Realms got DMCA striked, and not long before Anime Odyssey kicks the bucket too. In fact, I think Anime Adventures isn't even going to strike Anime Odyssey just because they know that they're that ass and they are not even a remote level of competition. I think the reason that they DMCA'd Anime Realms is because the game actually looked good and it functioned. Two things that you can't say for Anime Odyssey, but I'm getting way off script here. Well, who am I kidding? I don't script any of my videos, I'm sure you guys can tell, but that is going to be the end of my video. Anime Last Leg. Just a really goofy looking update with great additions to the game. I haven't played this game in so long, but they added like level rewards. Love that. Index has already been in the game, but it's just more rewards. They added a lot of avenues for players to get more free stuff, and I am all for it because that is the type of game that this game is, and I think that's perfect. I think it's perfect just the way that it is. Well, that's a lie. Obviously, the models could look a little better, and players have been complaining about how horribly unoptimized this game is in terms of lag since I don't know when. I've been complaining about that. Other YouTubers have complained about that. Players have complained about that. I'm really hoping that they fix it. You know, the boss, if you're listening, which, let's be honest, you're not, but let's pretend that you are, please invest some of the fat racks that you're making off of this game into someone that can make the game a little bit more optimized. That would be much, much appreciated. Anyways, with all that being said, thank you guys for watching. This is going to be my first ALS video in a very, very long time, but who knows, maybe I'll make another one. Maybe I'll get back into the game a little bit. Have a great day or night wherever you are. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more content, and we'll catch you in the next one.